sun's already on the porch. You've been working twice as hard for something you already got. Another orange morning, it's time to show. Another orange morning, it's time to grow. Another orange morning, let the updates flow. Another orange morning, you already know. Friends are coming through the door. Wheels are spinning on the floor. We don't know what we don't know. That's the only way to grow. Another orange morning, it's time to show. Another orange morning, it's time to grow. Another orange morning, let the updates flow. Another orange morning, you already know. What you're looking for is in your hand, been there all along. Pour another cup and pull a chair. Sing along. Another orange morning, it's time to show. Another orange morning, it's time to grow. Another orange morning, let the updates flow. Another orange morning, you already know. Hey! Hey!
Good morning, HubSpot Nation. Welcome to another orange morning. It's Friday, May 22nd, 2026, here with Casey and Madeline. Good morning.
Good morning, Chris. You already went on a walk, which
I
also
did.
tells me that your weather today is significantly different than mine, which yesterday Chris told me it looked like my power was out.
I did. I guess that's like the sun power was not available to you in that moment.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's always a win. We get to walk in. And so happy I did that. 69 degrees and partly sunny here right now. So
What more could you want?
listen to moonshots for the 40-minute walk. Google's doing cool things with AI, but we're here to talk about HubSpot, sometimes impacted by those cool things. So I don't know if any of our updates today touch that, but there was a ton yesterday that dropped.
There were. I'm overwhelmed.
Yeah. So let's just dive in and deal with that overwhelm right away. Especially this first one, like I messaged this team like immediately. Centralized data model management.
When I saw these words come across my portal, I was like, I wonder what I'll talk about tomorrow morning with Chris.
Right. Before you click on that, I'm
Okay.
curious, Madeline, assuming you haven't yourself clicked on this yet, right? What do you think those words mean before we click in?
What I'm thinking in my head is that begs the question, what does it mean by data model, I guess? Like, because there's a lot of things that you have to do in the data model tool now that used to be in settings, and there's still a lot of stuff that does happen in settings. So maybe that it's merging a lot of it.
There you go. Yeah.
Yeah.
I knew you could get there. Like it's for people who are interested in managing data model, it has been super annoying to have to go from settings. Settings has never, as soon as they started to expand the data model, settings was just super clunky. And they've been changing the way the objects are listed, the way there's an object drop down now. It's like, where's my
And you have
objects?
to go back and forth. Like whenever you're doing one, you're probably doing the other.
Yes. So what is centralized data model management? It is a unified table and graph view for managing your entire data model objects, properties, associations, and conditional logic from one easy-to-use place?
I'm really glad Madeline got that question and not me. I saw this, but I didn't read it because I was like, I'll read it. This matters because managing your data model used to mean jumping between multiple setting pages with no consistent picture of how object properties and associations connect, as Madeline said. By centralizing your data model in one spot, you get a single place to see and manage your entire smart CRM structure, whether you're auditing a complex configuration or making a quick edit to a property group.
Yeah, go ahead. Click on that.
This is really... Okay, so here's my opinion on the data model map. I think it looks very impressive. I think it looks very cool. I think it also is not super intuitive for someone that doesn't know what they're doing in there.
I hardly know. I'm supposed to know what I'm doing in there, and every time I'm like, okay, I can do this. I have to give myself a pep talk.
I agree. And when you're on a call and you're like,
yes,
it's somewhere in here. Just give me a minute.
Yeah. Like, I promise I know how to do this. I'm just like, yeah.
I always use the line of like, this and many things are things that you don't do that often. Like you don't. So even I, a person who works in many portals, there are certain settings that like you kind of do a handful of times, but not.
Right.
So this looks immediately like easier to understand upon opening.
Yeah, and I'm waiting to be unlocked, so I don't have access yet. But if you can see in the upper left, there is a table icon, and then there is a chart, like a flow chart icon, and then an expansion. I've basically been doing this outside of HubSpot to try and bring it all together, like, with Cloud Code apps and stuff. And it's what we need. Like, I mean, like, it's been so, like, the people that know what they're doing, like, can't remember, like, which, are we in objects? Are we associations? And I want the association to see, but I got to click on this other object, and it's just been tough. So they've been working on this for a while, because like I started complaining back in like 2023 that they didn't have any like kind of resources, like static resources to represent the data model. And it's like never been on the table for them because they've entirely focused on getting to this. So it's good to see them be here. Now we just need to like get rid of silos and calling things like credit memos sales objects.
I think too, this, like, obviously it's very, impressive and comprehensive, but what I like about it is that it's a little bit simpler to look at than like, even if you did go into the data model, if you went into the data model, you couldn't even zoom out all the way to see like all of the relationships. It's like, I just want a list of the objects with like, how many properties they have, how many just so I can scan it. So very cool.
And actually just last night, one of my clients asked me about contracts. And so I went into their data model because I was like, I don't know if it's not activated. I don't know if they don't have access to it. Like I was trying to figure that out. And I went into the data model, but because it's in that like chart, I was just like, would it be here? Would it be here? I ended up opening a portal I knew had it to see where it would be. But like, that's not helpful for most people. Yeah. Sorry. So very happy.
They are solving that.
I had no idea what this meant, but this is better than I would have guessed what it meant.
Yep. So very excited for that. Thank you, data management team. Madeline, which one should we pick next? Ooh. We're not going to get to all of them. So
okay. Custom coded modules for quotes feels I promise I didn't pick it just because it's the next one on the list.
Yeah, if you haven't heard about this one yet, a lot of people are excited. What is it? Developers, admins, or HubSpot solutions partners are now able to build custom interactive and data-rich elements that can be embedded directly into quote templates or individual quotes. Check out the high-level overview here or read more below. These custom elements enable admins to add custom-coded sections to quotes, replacing existing sections, like customizing how the line items table renders product, services, and totals, or even build the entire quote template from scratch using their custom elements. These elements, HubSpot, CMS, React modules, are extremely flexible. They can access data inside the CRM. Like a module could be used to swap terms and conditions language based on company properties like type. You can access data outside the CRM, like pulling in architectural drawings from an external database.
Wow.
You can capture information on the quote and push it to the CRM, like capturing onboarding or billing info during the quote acceptance. You can even provide user interfaces to quote creators, allowing them to provide inputs while building the quotes, aka CPQ.
Yeah.
Like a user selects which payment schedule option they want to offer on for a given quote, which renders different schedules and kicks off invoice creation, post quote acceptance, all of the things. As HubSpot says here, the possibilities are endless.
I was like, you can't miss that line.
And I need to ask Madelyn specifically here. So we're going to replace the why does it matter section. Imagine if you had this.
Yeah.
When we were working together on that,
yes.
first quote project. Literally, it's like the bullets were designed for that project.
Right. Yeah. This probably sounds like a bunch of technical jargon to a lot of people who aren't HubSpot admins. This is any HubSpot admin or marketer has definitely been asked by a salesperson, why can't we just edit the quotes to do this, or to have a second line items table or something, or to bring in technical specs without it having to copy and paste, just so clunky. And I feel like this was lightly mentioned at Inbound last year.
It was on the way, and when we did they announced CPQ at Inbound,
right?
And then there was on Partner Day, this is basically most of all the feedback that Ethan got.
Yes.
It's built into these bullets. We need to show line items however we want, but also from a user perspective, even when you could do that and you're trying to streamline the flow of going from quote to email.
Yes.
As soon as the team asks, well, how do I attach a PDF? It blows up the whole, you can't do it that way then, right? You got to bring the email out, and then so this accessing data from outside, I love this example, pulling in pulling in PDFs, right? And that's where once you understand how Cloud Code works, which, by the way, if this sounds amazing, but you have no idea to get started, I did it in a couple hours, having not set up HubSpot developer platform. Go ask Perplexity to do research on this update and how UI extensions and the HubSpot developer platforms work. It will do a report for you. And then you can give that report and a handoff prompt to any of the AI coding tools that will start to set up that piece of HubSpot for you. So it's possible. We really can do pretty much anything we want now in quotes. So
the possibilities are endless.
That's really
Would you say the
and it's supported by CMS architecture, finally,
Yeah.
right? that means anything that HubSpot continues to do from the CMS perspective will also support like quotes getting better.
And that's the thing too, like the fact that CMS is being mentioned in this update, like that is the whole thing. Like in order to customize quotes, you needed CMS. Like CMS and CPQ are traditionally like completely separate sides of the business, but you need that to do this. And that's what's really cool to me too, is like that's what the data architecture side of this is. Like it's not separate sides of the business. It's just different data that needs to come together.
Yeah. Your turn, Casey.
I know, I'm struggling because there's one. Can I just read one title? I don't think we need to read the whole thing. I think the title is enough.
Yes.
Dashboard PDF exports look like dashboards.
Oh my gosh.
I don't think we need to read it. I think that does it. But like, how funny is that?
Yes. Oh my gosh.
Like, this is just a funny update.
Thank you, team.
Thank you. I'm glad. I'm very happy for this. It's just like,
yes.
I always love the updates where it's like update words now works like the update words.
Yeah.
Like,
it does what you thought it should have done the whole time, and it speaks for itself.
But I want to do prioritize invoices with Breeze. I'm not sure exactly what this means, so I'm curious. Tell me what it means, Chris.
Man, this is so good. Like, but can we get our accountants into HubSpot?
Oh, I actually could use this.
Yes, exactly. This is a pain in every single organization that none of the other systems like QuickBooks or your ERPs or whatever are trying to solve for this. They're just like, sorry, like you guys get to figure it out. What is it? You can now use Breeze to prioritize open invoices by revenue impact and send personalized collection emails to accelerate your accounts receivable.
Why does it matter? This gives you a faster, more effective way to identify and act on the most important outstanding invoices, reducing manual work and accelerating revenue collection. Focus your efforts on the invoices that matter most and improve cash flow management. Also, who gets it? All hubs and tiers, commerce, professional, and enterprise. That's a weird. We don't usually see this. I'm confused.
Yeah.
It is weird because, so Commerce Hub, you can't get just a starter seat for Commerce Hub. Is that right? I think that's the case.
I'm looking at Chris because I famously
that's
not
correct.
With.
Yeah, I think the confusing thing is that invoices in general, in Breeze in general, do not require Commerce Hub. I'm guessing they must be like, and I should suggest to the team to just not do this part. Like, there are things within invoicing related to billing structures and like that kind of stuff that is starting to require Commerce Hub. So maybe this is touching that somehow. But yeah, this use case, like, it's hard. It's hard to keep track of like 90-day like collection sets.
Yeah.
And feel like you have the ability to prioritize that, right? Because that team, and this is where like bringing the data like next to the customer data is what's been missing. And as soon as you can explain this effectively to a CFO or the finance team, they get it like immediately.
Right.
Because when you can communicate better, people pay. Like, they pay more often, they pay faster, right? And when a team sitting outside of the customer data like pulls up a screen with their collections on it, they either have to go access all the other systems themselves to do discovery work to see why is it this late, what's happened, like how do we be nice about it, like, or they're calling everybody else to do that. And when you can bring stuff together like this makes sense from any team that's been using Breeze and HubSpot and has been like doing invoicing in Commerce Hub, I'm not surprised that they're probably mentioning like there's a huge opportunity here to help to get help prioritizing collections. So
I was able to request the beta in my starter portal. So
yeah, I really have no idea why the Commerce Hub Professional and Commerce Hub Enterprise is there at this point. So good question to ask the team.
Yeah, I requested it and we'll see. I will use it if they let me in my starter portal.
Indeed. Well, there's so much here. Playbooks now supported in sandboxes, sandbox support for multi-brand supported assets, content recommendations for emails, HubSpot Capital financing for Commerce Hub payments customers.
That is huge.
I
wouldn't even call that a product. I mean, is it a product? I guess it's a product update.
It's a product for HubSpot update. Like,
yeah,
apparently they're in the financing game now.
A business update.
When I read over this, like I didn't read this one because there were too many words that were too out of my brain capacity. And then once I had a moment to actually realize what the words meant, I was like, what? I had the same reaction as you, Madelyn. I was like, is this a product update? Or
let's join that beta. Smash that beta button. There's no beta to join.
Smash that join beta button.
This is like an org beta, basically. You know what I mean? Like this.
Yeah. Like what sliver of the customer base? So the cool thing is like, since they're so like integrated with Stripe decides to start adding financing as like an option for businesses. And now HubSpot can just let you access that is what's happening here because it's backed by Stripe Capital. But probably whatever it takes to get businesses starting to use Commerce Hub. I know they're trying like everything. That could be a big one. Hey, come get some more money from this part of your HubSpot platform.
I'm like confused.
Just be careful how you share that with your leadership team. Manage stage calculated properties by pipeline. I would love to go into that one. We won't. Just use pipelines better, folks. And then last one on my side. I guess I should have been reading from your side. I'm sorry. Because you got different stuff over there.
Oh.
Context home?
That's what I'm looking at.
What is that?
There's like, what happened yesterday?
So I feel like
what is that?
I think I have this in some portal, but I had never seen it before. I wonder if I was just a magic, like I was a lucky participant.
It happens sometimes.
Well, once you clicked on the page, that page has been here.
Yeah.
But it was not called AI Context or Context Home.
What was it called?
And,
if you know.
Like, it was like currently on my side, if I click on brand under marketing, like data.
I think it's in settings. Because there's the brand settings with brand kit, but then there's also the other stuff. I'm looking.
Yeah, there's been data. There's been brand identity, brand overview, AI data settings, data sources, like all of these things.
Data sources, maybe. Yeah.
Right. But now you have business, customers, and team and process. Just like, where is it? I want to go to there.
I want to go.
Or knowledge vaults. Actually, that's where. Have you been there, Chris?
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Okay, we'll get to the bottom of
Maybe,
this.
yeah. Because
So I
mine
see
does
the
say
knowledge,
yeah.
but you're in this page in our portal right now, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. And it says /context home, right?
Uh-huh.
And the URL.
Uh-huh.
All right. Let me see. You can keep going on stuff if you want.
Okay. I mean, I feel like we should will it workflow before we.
Yeah, we should.
All right. I'm going to go over the will it workflow. I'm going to spin the wheel. Madeline and I will do that while Chris gets distracted with. All right. Will it workflow, 3 reels, 1 combo. What will we get today? If you're new here, we pick an object, an app, and a use case, and we see if we can build it in a workflow, and then we talk about like should this be a workflow. This is
This is a
starting to get
weird
interesting.
one, but I will say I haven't not had to do this.
I've
It's perfect.
done something like this. I also have done something
Yeah.
like this. I'm confused why companies is app.
Oh,
I mean, it's from this list. I'm not,
yeah.
but it just seems weird that companies is an app in this case. I'm curious how you've had to do this. I'll say what I've done. I have a client that we have a report that shows the last note left on a company. Is that what you've done?
Yes. I also, and I don't even know if I've figured out the most optimal way to do it, but same thing, but the company also wants to know, like, okay, when was it, or a summary of how many notes are total on the record, or how often they leave notes on the record, something like that. And for whatever reason, I used a workflow to like trigger it.
This has been coming up a lot more for me lately, like trying to get myself out of the habit of driving everything through properties.
Right.
And the structured data, because notes is now super powerful in terms of like you can associate it, it's in workflows. And as long as you have that naming convention, usually supported by a snippet, you can report on the note body like very effectively. Like note body includes this title, right?
Good point. I didn't think of that. I'm gonna do that.
So like for a client yesterday, like it got us out of like a situation where they don't know. Everybody knows that you want to take communications from emails and from WhatsApp and from text and like just try. Everybody understands the value of getting that into HubSpot. But when it's related to like specific work items or tasks, like you want to be able to structure it in some way. So you start to build out this property set to capture everything. But when the process is not well understood and we're moving into HubSpot, prioritizing the visibility, like is the right thing to do so that you can understand inside of one system and AI can help you. And we got back to the point where like, if you create a note instead of trying to put it in a notes property, now you have a threaded conversation possible, right? And you can mention each other and things like that. So I love the fact that this is our challenge today. Although it sounds
Well, I switched my screen and I'm showing a different one. And this is the opposite of what you just said. I am going to say that up front. This is a notes property. There's a property on the company called Latest Note. I created a segment of companies with a note that was created today. I wasn't able to create that specific filter in the workflow tool, so I used a segment to do it. And right now, how I have it is the latest note is a property on the company, and that gets replaced with an association of the note body of the most recent note created. then there was some formatting stuff. So I have a little bit of code here that I certainly didn't create myself that just cleans up the formatting of it and then redoes the note without like HTML basically. But the reason that I did it like this is we have a table report that they use in their sales meeting actually that shows the latest note on that company record, and their sales meeting runs through this specific report. Whereas if I had used the associations in that report, it would have shown all the notes on the record. And even if I had a view, it still would look at all the notes on the record, which is kind of the and this, I don't know if this quite counts because there's like, well, I mean, if the use case
does. Yeah.
Are you using notes? Like the note object?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, this is the note objects. It's an association.
Oh, okay. Yeah. No, that makes a ton of sense. It's surprising, but then not. Like, once you see how many teams are reliant on this continually update column in a spreadsheet called latest notes, right? Or stuff like that. So trying to bring that into HubSpot, like, why can't I just see it on the report? Like, it's like, well, we're trying to give you the structure that you're asking for here. And being able to know what it said last time and who changed it and why they changed it, and notify people when it doesn't change or when it does change. Like, all these things are why we want to systematize it. But this is the kind of thing, like, once you can standardize around what the note's going to look like and how it's used and associated from the get-go, then you can start to really do a lot of things.
Yeah, and you can encourage people to use the platform more, to interact with records more, log more activities on a record without fear that they're going to do it wrong. Like, I think text string updates and automating them is really underrated. Like, in a lot of ways for teams, especially like fragmented teams or teams that have a lot of different like scenarios in HubSpot. So anyways.
I'm actively, this specific client, I'm actively trying to move them away from some of their table reports that they use into views. So I'm trying to get them to use views instead, since, it's common that during a sales meeting, they want to edit something. And right now, the way they're using the table reports, they have to click into the record and find it. And it's much clunkier. The limitation with this specific one is I don't think there's like associations on, like, I can't make an association for like latest or most recent note or something like that.
Yeah, usually you have to open up the preview panel at least to go see that piece. But you can see that it has associated notes if you want to. But yeah, I like that. That's often the quickest way to get a team interested in and overcome the barrier of moving from spreadsheets to HubSpot, is like, hey, this CRM index page works just like a spreadsheet. So cool. So this is a great example of it workflowing, I think.
I think so. I think this is the first time that I had already workflowed. We got one that I was like, I've already workflowed. With a note. And I would expect.
It was with a note object and companies listed as an app.
Yeah.
But you know what? I'll fight someone that I was actually using the company's app because I'm pushing the note.
The note
into,
is the primary thing that you're worried about. Yeah.
And I'm pushing it into like the company CRM view, you know?
Yeah.
Yep.
Hmm.
I guess that's one way to think about like the superpower,
Mhm.
like when they call these objects, some of these objects, like contacts, companies, and deals, are like the superpowered objects because there's lots of special functionality, related to them. But that's where we go and test that theory and look in the apps drop down and see that is not consistent, unless there's like a contacts and a deals app, which maybe there is. Madelyn, give us some direction to end the show today.
Well,
I
don't know if
for
it's
one.
in real life if this is happening, but at least in HubSpot world, Mercury is in retrograde. Because workflows are a lot like Mercury. And I'll tell you why. It's because Mercury, wait, let me get my analogy straight. Mercury is the nervous system of the platform. Workflows / Mercury are the nervous system of the platform. How data moves, triggers fire, and branches split. And Mercury is in retrograde for the linear workflow builder. Because, like you guys saw from HubSpot product team last week, the agentic automation builder private beta is going to do a lot of things for a lot of people. The thing we've been using to build workflows for years, the linear tree, one object, one direction, is officially going into retrograde. The new canvas, the drag and drop, starts from any trigger, including a Google Sheet row, and lets you sketch branches you're not even ready to publish yet. The old builder can't do any of that. Mercury gives and Mercury takes. And now it took the straight line and gave you a canvas.
Finally.
Yeah.
Finally. Anybody that's tried to use, I mean, I guess, am I the only, like, it just doesn't, not everything is linear, like, especially all the stuff that you can do now. So the whole concept of like just starting from the same place every time you want to do something, like which object are you trying to work with? As AI agents and AI comes in, like it's this non-deterministic flow that you're trying to force feed into a linear flow, and it's not built for it. So Riley and I were going to unbox that yesterday. We didn't because we needed to align on our thoughts related to this update. But the biggest takeaway is like, this is a massive change. Like it is like the nervous system of the platform, I think is a great way to put it. And just know it's coming, people, like, and try not to freak out, like, because it's good. It's a good thing. Like you need it to be this flexible in this world.
And flexible doesn't have to mean complicated either. I think probably it can be overwhelming to think like, oh no, I'm gonna have to do all this crazy stuff. Like you'll still be able to build like the simplest workflow known to man, you know?
Yeah.
Or woman.
That was part of what we talked about yesterday. And some underwhelming expectation management, where it's like it's very similar to the current workflow tools on a canvas. Like,
Yeah.
so not other than just being able to create nodes, create new starting nodes wherever you want. But that's the thing, that's a huge change from what you have to do now from this linear path. So I mean, HubSpot does this all the time, like baby steps, right? Like get people comfortable. Like if you can't get people comfortable with this kind of agility, like they're not going to use it. They're just not going to come in and start trying it.
Mhm.
So is that where we wrap for today?
We
I
did
think
pretty
so.
well on timing, I think.
That's all that was
Considering
in
how
the
many
cards
updates.
for today.
No, it's all
Yeah.
that was in the cards.
Oh, it's been a fun week. If you want the weekly version of an update show, catch us in a little over an hour. Me, Casey, and George B. Thomas will do our weekly updates show. But until next week, I hope everybody has a great Memorial Day weekend.